It's actually making me slightly uncomfortable because there are other people on the bus who can hear me. They haven't looked around yet, but they will any second now. I have been busy actually. Yesterday I had work, which was fun. Then I came home. I'm not gonna update you on every single little thing I do. I hope you can hear me. I don't want to talk to you about it because, as I mentioned, other people. Last podcast went way over time, so I'm going to try to be quite brief. Item number one, I am performing tonight in some improvised theatre with the ACT Nuts crowd. It's the university kind of theatre sports group, so that should be exciting. I'm going to try to get someone to record it, so I might be able to get some footage on, I don't know. Secondly, I've kidnapped a duck. At work, I came in one day to find a picture of, find one of my little pig puppets on my computer desk with a sign saying, "You've got swine flu, hee hee." I thought it was my cubicle mate who has this duck, and so I kidnapped this duck and left a ransom note. And a ransom note saying, you know, "We have your duck, await further instructions." Then later that day, "If you want to see your duck alive again, put up a little note saying PCs are better than Macs." The reason I say this is because she's a Mac user. I actually like Mac. I have a Mac, but the guy who normally plays pranks on her hates Mac, and so she's going to suspect that it's him. It's very exciting. She put up this sign, and then when she went home, I went around and photocopied it and put it up like several times. Today she sent out an email to the whole office saying, you know, "My duck's been kidnapped and I have all these signs that I don't believe in. Has anyone seen him, please?" And so I'm trying to work out what to do. I'm going to give it back to her on Friday, but I can't work out how to do it yet. I was kind of toying with the idea of doing kind of like a PC-loving band of ducknappers co-kidnap this duck, and if she wants to see it again, then she has to put up pro-PC signs, but I think that's slightly too narratively complicated for a simple office prank. So that's why I have this duck. Now I'm going to answer that question that Funny Curtis asked, which is why, and there's my lighting, why did I move from Brisbane to Canberra? The very, very short answer, I'm trying to be brief here, is because I got a job here. I don't know if you noticed, but there's kind of this economic crisis thing. In Brisbane, I was running a little editing company called Ham and Jam Productions, and I was making okay money, not great money. And I thought I was making the right amount of money, but then my financial advisor said, "No, you're making 1/4 of what you need to make." And I thought, oh, I could work kind of 4 times as hard and make enough money to get by on. But then this job in Canberra came up, and so I moved to Canberra. That's obviously only a very small part of the reason. Another part is that I was really busy in Brisbane. Over my 3 years, I met probably about 100 people who I actually liked spending time with. And if you can't hear any of this, I'm going to re-record this when I get home. I met maybe 100 people that I liked spending time with, and that's a lot of people, and I didn't have that much time. So I was kind of going out every single night of the week and about 4 or 5 times on weekends. And I didn't have time to do stuff like, say, create a video blog, which is something I've literally had planned for about 2 years. I came up with the name First Take about 2 years ago, and just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So Canberra's given me more spare time, less friends, but a good number of friends, so it's all kind of working out okay. And the main reason, I suppose, is that I eventually want to go to Melbourne, and I wasn't going to be in Melbourne as long as I was in Brisbane, because Brisbane, I was kind of stuck there. And I was living with my cousin, who I love. Hello, Gavin, I assume you're watching this. I love living with you. I think you're the best person I know. Maybe my sister's up there. You guys will probably fight it out someday. But as long as I was living in Brisbane with Gavin, I wasn't going to be moving to Melbourne, so I needed to get out of Brisbane so that I could finally make the move to Melbourne, which I'm doing at the end of the year. The reason I particularly felt inspired to move to Melbourne at this time was because of an article I found called Cities and Ambition. Go to paulgraham.com/cities.html. It's a really, really interesting article which basically says where you live will channel your ambition and help it, or hinder it if you're in the wrong place. And Melbourne is the comedy and TV capital of Australia, and so I want to be in comedy and TV, and so Melbourne was the place to be. I haven't been timing this, so I don't know how long it's been going, but impro tonight, so I'll get back to you in the next couple of days. I'm doing really well kind of keeping up with this blog thing, like so far every 2 days I've made one. I'm not gonna commit to that, because as soon as I commit to something it becomes a chore and then I stop doing it. But hopefully I keep going, because I really enjoy making these. I don't know why. It's because I get to sit and talk to myself and other people watch it, and it's a nice way of keeping in touch with people in Brisbane and Toowoomba. So possibly see you in 2 days, maybe with some info footage. Who knows? Not me. So yeah. that's all. I don't have my stuff up sunglasses, but fortunately I didn't stuff up, so there we go. Remember how I said I don't have my stuff up sunglasses? I remembered to pack them. There was something else I wanted to say, which was about one of the things I most like about Canberra is its graffiti. I missed my bus today, which sucked because I had to walk kind of into the city and then I had to catch a bus from there. But it was good because it reminded me of the graffiti, so I managed to film some of my favourite graffiti. I'm going to put it up on the screen now. This is the Don't Give Up graffiti, which is everywhere down here, and I really like it. There's one like on the walk from my house to either the bus stop or to my boss's place, who's a friend of mine. I go around and hang out with her sometimes. There is one of these Don't Give Up signs, and every time I pass it, no matter what kind of mood I'm in, it always cheers me up that tiny bit. So if you're a graffiti artist, don't just do those stupid tag things. Do something like this, which is kind of uplifting in a really simple way. And let's face it, it's a lot more interesting than just a blank pole or a grey box or whatever these things normally are. So that's something I like about Canberra, the graffiti. Melbourne also has cool graffiti. I'll see if I can put some photos of some of the graffiti I found in Melbourne up. But yeah, graffiti artists continue to rock and not suck, because there's some really boring graffiti and this is not it. Thank you, I'm Peter C. Hayward, this is First Take. Bye. Hello, wow, that's not zooming out. Hello, it's now about 10 hours, 11 hours later, so this is kind of from the future, but because you're watching this in the future, it's also kind of from the past. And I've done improv. Improv went well, thank you for asking. It was a lovely show. I got to perform with some cool people, and I got it recorded, so I thought I'd show you the first scene I was in, which was, I won't tell you what it is, you'll have to wait and another 2 seconds and watch it. So here is the first scene that I was in of the night.
We would like to play a word at a time story very quickly.
They would like to do a 1-minute word at a time story. Can I have the title of a story, please, Nancy?
The title of the story is A Healthy Appetite for Crisps.
A healthy appetite for crisps.
Beginning in 5, 4, 3.
Hungrily
I
stepped on the
outer
rim of the
boat
and wanted to eat
some
crisps because they
saltily
touched my penis. Regardless, I ran
fast
and licked the
boat
which was
30 seconds.
tasty. Okay.
people
Don't lick the boat because it's not
salty
ever or sometimes
crisps
do like
stand
and crisp.
It was a bit of a shambles, but I think it was good fun and I thought I'd share it. It wasn't really good enough. There was nothing in the night that was really good enough to put as its own video. I sometimes record improv and put it up as separate videos, as if you poke around on the YouTube channel you will find. That one wasn't really good enough to be separate, but I thought I could include it in a blog post. Secondly, I wanted to say that those photos of the graffiti that I showed you earlier in this post, they were all like on the walk from my bus stop to the city, so it's like a 10, 15, 20 minute walk. That's how many I found in that, like on that one street along the way, so think of how many there must be all around Canberra. And thirdly, I found a different kind of weird graffiti, and so I thought I'd show you a picture of that. And lastly, I wanted to try to get suggestions. So what do you think I should do with the duck, which I hope I haven't lost? No, it's in my bag somewhere. If you have any suggestions for the continuing prank of the ducknapping, suggest away. If you are my workmate, who I haven't told about these videos, so it would be a bit worrying if you were, hi. Act surprised when I give you your duck back on Friday. So yeah, suggestions for the ducknapping. Thank you very much. I'm Peter C. Hayward. This is First Take, and it's Tuesday.